I think the other thing I would like to just talk about briefly is time. We make quite a feature of trying to understand time as something which is not immutable, but something which is partly cultural. And just to give you an idea, take the 50,000 years of human history, or 100,000 years, let's take the 50,000 years for this lecture. Take the life of a human being out of the Bible, this is the 70, 70 years. Divide the 70 years into 50,000, you get 700. So that the canonical lifetime of a human being, over that enormous period of time seemingly, is 700 human lifetimes. And the period of time in which we have massively transformed the planet, say 300 years, is about 4 human lifetimes. And the period in which we have consumed half the oil on the planet and turned it into carbon dioxide and pumped it into the atmosphere is less than 1 human lifetime. So that this tells us quite a lot. It tells us a little bit about humans not actually having been around terribly long in the planetary history. It perhaps puts the species a little more into perspective. Secondly, it puts our lifetime rather more into perspective, and it doesn't diminish it. It makes it more important, because we are living the lifetime in which the challenges are being created and in which the responses can be constructed. So this lifetime, our lifetime, that makes it a very important time to be alive. And it's a very exciting thing, therefore, to try to write a book to address the issues that are coming together in this time. The book is just one contribution, perhaps in some ways an opening shot in something which we really need to think about a lot more collectively, not just 2 human brains. One of the ways we've tried to address this is to construct a little website around the book, and you will find it at worldsinTransition.com, and there's places there to write your own pieces and submit them and have them published, or to draw attention to others about the issues involved. I think out of, if you put Worlds and Transition into Google, you'll find that it comes up #1 out of 14 million references in Google, as it does out of 3.2 million references to evolving governments, and 3rd out of 2.8 million references to planet governments. So it's there, it's our contribution, it is only the beginning of the discussion. Your being here to celebrate this book, its launch, is another part of that beginning. And I'm incredibly grateful to you to be here today, celebrating the launching not just of the book, but perhaps a beginning of greater attention to the sort of issues that we're trying to address. Of course, I would like to thank some others for being here. Undoubtedly are 2 very distinguished speakers, Michael and Stuart. I am incredibly grateful that you have graced us with your, not just presence, but with your reading of the book and erudite thoughts about it. I would like to refer also to just a few people who actually put some work into this as research assistants, or one way or another. There was Michael O'Keefe, who I don't think is able to be here today, Roger Bodman, wonderful, Domenica Settle, and Craig Bellamy, and they all added a great deal, especially when I first began this, when I was a Deputy Vice-Chancellor. Had no time to think about anything, but Michael O'Keefe back there was a wonderful force in making sure that it moved forward. I'd also like to thank, of course, Dennis for being MC, who I've known for more years than I care to think. I'd like to thank Martin Bartfeld, QC. It seemed very appropriate that with a learned judge as our launcher, that the video work should be done by a QC. Martin is doing that for us. So for this particular occasion, we will reinterpret QC to be Queen's cameraman. So thank you, Martin, as always, for being here. I think that enough has been said. I do once more say to you, You've made it a wonderful occasion. Thank you all very much.